All right, welcome to today's awesome meeting. Welcome to today's awesome class. Welcome to today's awesome analysis, right? It's a new week, a new day in the month of November, right? So I know some persons will be like, "Oh, what are we gonna do today? Are we gonna be thinking of buying the market, or are we gonna be thinking of shorting the market, right?" Yes, because the money you made the last time can't be the same thing you're going to use this period. You got to make more money, right? So, are we going to be buying or are we going to be selling for today? What are we going to be doing for today in the Forex market, right? So, before going ahead, I decided to share with us the most important thing that you have to look at, especially on Mondays. Monday market. Are you going to be thinking of buying or selling on Mondays? Because if you've been making money and making money and making money, now on Monday, things happen on Monday. So let's not be victims for what will happen on Monday or what happens on Monday. So I see it fit for me to create this video on what to look out for on Monday, especially when you really wish to trade on Mondays, right? So remember, if this is your first time joining this channel, do well to share to your friends. That's the most important thing, because they will be able to join us and they will also be able to make more money from the market, trading and following the channel, following everything happening to be able to make money, right? So let's quickly go to what we have today. I'd also made a rule where any question you have, no matter the question, except that question is not born, no matter the question, ask the question on any of the videos and I will answer your questions, whether it relates to Forex or it does not relate to the Forex market, right? So let's go ahead to what we have today, right? So we have considerations before trading on Monday. What are those things we have to consider before we trade on Monday? What are those things we have to look out for before we go in for either a buy or a sell in the market? Number one, market is usually stochastic on Mondays. Market very stochastic. What does stochastic mean? That is, market is usually not predictable on Monday, usually not predictable. And that's as a result of what happened during the weekend. Remember, we are just moving from the weekend to the new week, right? So many things happened during the weekend. The big boys traded and a lot of things. And even on the on Monday morning, not all companies resume Monday morning. Some 1 p.m. West African time, Nigerian time, some 12 p.m. West African or Nigerian time. So that is very, very important. That is why as a trader, you have to consider and be very conservative before placing for your buy or for your sell in the market, because market is usually stochastic on Monday. That's the number one. That is usually not predictable on Monday. That does not mean you can't analyze the market and take entry, whether for a buy or sell. And that does not mean you can't take entry for anything you wish. And that does not mean that market cannot go to your direction. Market can get your direction, definitely, but the most important thing is that you have to be what? Very conservative trading the Forex market. Right. So number two, high volatility. High volatility in the market. What does this mean? You will always see the market moving either to the upside or the downside. Volatility is the pace at which the market moves either to the upside or to the downside. You will see high volatility push in the market as a result of the uncertainty, the stochastic nature of the market. Volatility is being added. That is, you can even see long candlesticks longer than this, aside from the news coming out. Yes, the news causes the long candlesticks you see, whether the bearish or the bullish candlesticks. But you can see candlesticks even without news moving to the up or downside. So if you are privileged, you are in the direction of the market moving to the upside, you make money, and you are buying at that particular time, you make money. But if you are against, the person will definitely lose. That's why you have to be very conservative. Trading on Mondays, the market is usually stochastic and volatile on Mondays. So, right. Number three, So the number three, deep retracement and pullbacks occur in the market. On Mondays, deep retracement, somebody or someone who took his time to analyze the market. Let's say you analyze Euro USD or you analyze the USD card or even the gold market. Probably was thinking of a buy or of a sell in the market, or let's say any security or any commodity you wish to buy. After the analysis, ordinarily based on technical analysis, the market is supposed to buy, and based on fundamentals, the market is supposed to buy, and is still expected to do what? To buy. But this is it. When you come to the chart on Monday, you find the market doing the opposite. Instead of it to buy, it starts selling, going against. That's not your fault. It's that usually happens in the market on Mondays. So you have to know that that will happen. So it can decide to make a pullback, a deep retracement, leaving you what? In drawdown, leaving you in drawdown, making you to be in drawdown. That is why you have to be very conservative. If you see the retracement happening on that particular day, what do? Stay out of the market. If you notice the retracement happening on that particular day, stay out of the market. Allow the retracement to be exhausted. And when the retracement is exhausted, you can now go in for your anticipated direction. What do I mean? You see a market, when we get to the Euro USD, oh, not really Euro USD. Okay, let me quickly. Okay, this is a bullish market from here to this particular place was actually going up, making highs. So making a low, a high, making higher lows, higher lows. So these are known as retracement. We did it in this meeting, retracement. So sometimes on that Monday, you see the retracement even more than your expectations. You'll be like, oh, was I planned today, or is anyone monitoring me? Is anyone checking me out? Nobody is monitoring you. It's as a result of the stochastic nature of the market for Mondays that it happens. But if you know what you are doing, Monday is also a good day to make money, but that is only when on a professional ground. But if at all you are not seeing any good thing or it's not favorable for you, be in fact, though we are getting to that particular place, but be very, very conservative in the market before going for your buy or for your sell in the market. Right. So what do we have next here? Fake outs in the market. Fake outs in the market. Now, in the market on Mondays, especially those of them that are scalpers, what do I mean by scalpers? They are short-term traders that do not stay long in the market. They place a trade, or you see a good market trying to enter, and at the end of the day, yes, you are right based on your technical analysis, but the market tends to go against your direction, tends to go against you. That is known as that is the market faked you, or the market never gave you what you wanted. The fake out in the market, you always see things like that on Mondays, especially short-term traders. That is why, as a short-term trader, you have to be very, very conservative. Short-term traders and short-term trading, you have to be very, very conservative to avoid fake out in the market of wrong breakouts in the market that will leave you in red in the market. So you have to put all these things. By the time you know these things, one of the problems or one of the major things you have to know as a trader is know where the problem is coming from. When you get to know where the problem is coming from, 50% of that particular problem is solved. And when you know that there is possibility for all these things to happen, 50% of that particular problem is already what is solved already. So as after that, we move to the next thing. We move to the next thing, which is the number 5, which is the stop hunt in the market. This one can never be overemphasized. This one does not only happen on Monday, it does not only happen on Tuesday, it does not only happen on Wednesday, it does not all the trading days it happens. You place a trade, you set your stop loss, and at the end of the day, market, instead of market to head to your direction, it tries to go against, which is not bad. But The bad one is that heading to your what? Stop loss. That is why you have to set your stop loss conservatively, especially as a day trader, especially as a scalper. You have to set your stop loss conservatively, not only for day traders and scalpers, but for swing traders and position traders. You have to set your stop loss conservatively. Avoid setting your stop loss or your stop losses at zones. I come again. Avoid setting your stop loss or stop losses at zones. Let's say you are buying here. I didn't say we should buy, yes, but let's say you are buying here. Your stop loss should not be here. Your stop loss should not be here. This is a wrong stop loss. Your stop loss should not be here. It's wrong. Your stop loss, give your stop loss a breathing space to avoid stop hunt in the market. Give your stop loss a breathing space. Give the market a breathing space so that you will not be hit out of the market. That does not mean it cannot be hit, but give it a breathing space for you to be able to do what? To be profitable in this market. The market is very easy, but it's just for you to do your proper analysis in the forex market. Give your stop loss a breathing space for you not to be hit. Set your stop loss below the nearest support zone if you are buying. Set your stop loss above the nearest resistance zone if you are selling. So that is it for Mondays. So not only that, we also have gaps in the market. Gaps in the market. We also have gaps in the market. Gaps in the market. So what is this gap? You wake up or you come, especially on Mondays, gap usually occur in the market 90% of the time. Go to those your major currency pairs, you always find gap. Just like this. Okay, let me use the Euro GBP. Okay, let's use the GBP USD. You can see this. So you can see there was gap here. There was gap here. Let's use the D1, the daily time frame. On Friday, the market closed here. On Friday, the market closed here as a dragonfly doji, right? But what happened? The market came down this morning or this Monday morning, coming to this particular place to open. Look at where it opened, trying to buy. Ordinarily, the market is supposed to open somewhere here, but leaving the market, opening somewhere here, giving a gap in the market is very, very obvious, but you have to be detailed to see it. We have to be detailed to see it. Now, if you open the Euro GBP pair, you will see what I'm trying to talk about. You go to views. Okay, this is Euro GBP. So you can see this. You can see this. You can see this. The market bought and bought and bought and bought and bought and bought. But ordinarily, the market is supposed to start from here and continue the buy. The market is supposed to continue the buy from here. But what happened? It left to this upside, opened at the upside, closing below. Opened at the upside, closing below. You can see what is happening. This part, this type, that shows the market formed the gap of Monday morning, on Monday morning. So it usually happens Monday morning. And what is the cause of this gap? Remember, trades during the weekend by the big boys. And aside that, you see certainties, uncertainties, fundamental effects. These are the things that causes the gap in the market. Just take a good look at this. Take a good look at this. You will see gap. This is gap in the market. Gap in the market. You can see gap. So these are fundamental issues and both trades that occurred during the weekends, right? But if you know how to use your gap very well, it can as well aid and give you a reasonable profit in the market. That's only if you know how to use your gap very well, you'll be able to make something reasonable from the market. If you know how to use your gap in the market, there are different types of gap. I think there is a video on that in this particular channel. Right, so let's go to the next one. So formation of dark clouds, that's the seventh one. Formation of dark clouds. In the market, there's what is called dark cloud in the market. It's a candlestick formation. Now, dark cloud shows shift in momentum. Shift in momentum, though it's not common, but whenever it is formed, it shows a shift in momentum. That is a trend or the chart pattern is about to reverse to turn to either to the upside or to the downside. If initially was buying, it will turn to the downside, and if it initially was selling, it will turn to the upside. So that's a dark cloud pattern. So these are the things you can see on Monday morning. Monday morning. These are the things you will see on Monday morning, right? But that does not mean you can't trade profitably on Monday morning, but you have to put all these things into consideration. So what is it that we are going to do as trader? Then what are we going to do? If we have all these loopholes, if we have all these negativities, not really negativities because that's the market, but if we have all these things in the market, what then are we going to do to be able to be profitable, making money from the market? Right. So that brings us to the next one. That brings us to the next one. What do we then do? Number one, stay away from the market. Stay away from the market. If you know there is no good setup or that your particular strategy is not there, what do? Totally stay away from the market. If you don't have a good setup from the market, stay away from the market. Whether for a buy or for a sell, there is no good setup, stay away from the market. Stay away totally from the market if there is no good setup. Then secondly, because there are two things you can do on Monday. One is staying away from the market if there is no good setup. Then number two, take entry towards the noon time. Take entry towards the noon time. Take entry towards the afternoon time. Towards the afternoon time. Let's say between the opening of the US session and the closing of the UK session. That is, if you've already seen a good strategy, a good setup based on your strategy, take entry towards the noon time between the hours of the opening of the US session and the closing of the UK sessions. So these are the only things, these are the best things to help you become profitable trading on Monday. It's not only about buying, selling, but you have to put all these things into consideration for you to be able to be profitable in the forex market. Then also, some persons will be like, oh, we that wish to trade, we need analysis, we need setup, right? But for today, that is Monday, I'm going to take only a currency pair, that's one currency pair that we're going to analyze, see how it's going to be. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will employ the use of other pairs. So what currency are we going to be checking out today, if at all we wish to trade? Now we'll be using only one pair. So let's think of using the GBP USD. Okay, let's open the GBP USD. So this is the GU pair. This is the GU pair. Now remember, before you go analyzing the market any day, especially on Mondays, go checking the calendar. Go checking the calendar. So what do? I leave here to check my calendar. So I wish to check my calendar. So you can see I'm opening it. So this is my calendar. You can see this is my calendar. Right now, there is not high impact news. Though we have news on JPY, on GBP, JPY, Chinese yen, Euro, Canadian dollar, United States dollars. This news also affect the market, but they are known as low impact news, not high impact news in the forex market. So we don't, you consider it, but that means there is no high impact news that will either push the market to the upside or to the downside. Not that this will not affect the market, it will affect the market, but not as a high impact news in the market. So we'll quickly go back to our chart. So this is our chart right now. This is GBP USD. On Friday, the market closed with a dragonfly doji. And as a technical trader, we are all price action traders, right? So dragonfly doji, what does it mean? It shows a rejection from the buyers. They are trying to reject the lower prices for the market to do what? To head up, right? But the market also opened with a gap today to the downside. All I will say for today's market is conservatively allow the market to confirm today, allow the candlestick to confirm today conservatively. Today that is Monday, allow the close of today's candlestick. The close of today's candlestick will help us to know the direction. Like this candlestick right now that is forming, let's see if it's going to engulf this dragonfly doji. If it's able to engulf the dragonfly doji to the upside, we can buy it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which I will also give the analysis in the market. That is if it closes above this dragonfly doji. But if it doesn't close above this dragonfly doji, closes below, that means this support zone is at risk. That means this support zone is at risk. That is if it doesn't close above this dragonfly doji, just closing below, that means this support zone is at risk. But we have to allow it today, the formation of this candlestick, to be exhausted for today. But if you're a scalper, you wish to scalp, a day trader, you still wish to trade the market, take a little leave, that's to scalp. You can also trade today, but on a conservative what ground. Always look out for what confirmations. But on the other side, I will say you allow the market to close, this candlestick to close today. At the close of today's candlestick, then you will know where to go, whether for a buy or for a sell, whether you are going for a buy or for a sell in the market, which you will get on Tuesday, Wednesday. Remember, you trade what you see, not what you feel. Yes, trading against the trend or trading against what the market is doing is like one swimming against the ocean. It will be very, very difficult for one to beat that. So that's it for GBP USD. Allow today's candlestick to form and fully form. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, you can take entry. But if you're a short-term trader, you can conservatively be taking your short trades. Maybe for a buy, wait, but you have to do what? Wait for confirmations in the market. Conservatively, allow the market in Tuesday. We will now know the direction, whether for a buy or for a sell in the market. If you are enjoying this video, do well to share so that all your friends can be joining us for our daily analysis and our daily take in the Forex market, right? So as a way of recap, we started by we started by introducing to us considerations before trading on Monday. Considerations before trading on Monday. Number one, we started with markets very stochastic. That is not usually predictable. Not that you can't predict it, you can predict it, but not 100%. So high volatility, the pace in which the market is moving up or down, the pace in which the market is moving up or down, that is known as volatility in the market, right? So deep retracement or pullback. You always get deep retracement in the market. Deep retracement. You see market doing more than the expectations. You expected a retracement, but the retracement is not much. So that is known as deep retracement in the market. Not only that, fake outs in the market, fake outs in the market, fake outs in the market. You get a confirmation, but at the end of the day, you see the market doing a different thing, in the market, now making you feel like somebody is monitoring you, somebody from somewhere is monitoring me. Nobody is monitoring you. The market is perfect. It's you or me that is not getting it right. So provided you are doing the right thing, you will always see yourself making a whole lot of profit from the market. Not only that, stop hunt in the market. I've mentioned this stop hunt. Stop hunt happens every time in the market. That's why you have to set your stop loss what conservatively, whether for a buy or for a sell in the market. Gaps in the market. I've given us two reasons that cause gap in the market: trades by the big boys during the weekend, and also fundamentals during the during trading hours that could cause gaps. But 90% of the time, every day when you wake up Mondays, you always see gap in the market, right? So formation of dark clouds. Remember, I said dark cloud is a candlestick formation that shows a reversal or a shift in momentum. It's not that common, But if you understand candlesticks, it's very, very good for us as price action traders, right? So what do we then do after seeing all these loopholes, after seeing all these things, having said all these things, what do we then do? Number one, I said you stay away from the market. That is, if you didn't see any confirmation, you are not getting any setup, any good setup, whether for your buy or for your sell in the market, what do? You stay away from the market. Stay totally away from the market if there is no good setup. There is still another day, days, not a day, days for you to trade, a lot of days. And doing so, you see yourself making a whole lot of profit. There are days. So if you don't get a good set, not trading is still part of trading decision. Not trading is still part of trading. Because if you are traded and made losses, so what if you never traded and you still left the money for, or the money is still there? So you have made profit. So not trading is still part of trading, and that is a profit. Not trading is still part of trading, and that is a profit. So that's it. Take entry towards the noon time. That is, if you can't stay, if you can't stay, what do? Take entry during the opening of the US session and the closing of the UK session. That's 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. GMT, Nigerian time or West African time, right? So these are the major things you got to know. Then we went ahead to analyze only a single pair, which is the GBP USD. Now, I said at the end of today, which is the Monday, we will know the direction of GBP USD, whether for a buy or for a sell. However, if you still want to um, do your normal scalping, do your normal trading, do it conservatively using those strategies. But at the end of today, we will now know whether we'll go for a buy or for a sell. Like from Tuesday, we'll do the analysis here. We trade only what we see, not what we feel. We'll make the analysis here. I will tell you whether you go for a buy or for a sell on Tuesday, looking from what we have in the chart today. But if you want to trade, if you want to scalp, you can go ahead and scalp. Just wait for a breakout, a confirmation, candlestick confirmation. You draw your trend lines, you do this, you do that, but they must all correlate with the right thing in the market, and you see yourself doing well, excellently well in the market. For news, there is no high impact news. So do well to enjoy yourself, enjoy your trades. No matter the question you have, drop it in any of the videos. I'm going to take your question. Provided it's on trading, I'm going to take your questions. No matter the questions you have, I'm going to take your questions. All right. Do well, enjoy yourself, enjoy your trades. Right. Bye now.